Oh, yes, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Whoa, 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 yes, yes. We are so, 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 so grateful to be here with you again. Beautiful, 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 beautiful human beings. Beautiful you. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you. Thank you for just having this opportunity to be together. And no, please realize that in every now moment, we are here with you, not
Mm.
just by you listening to this video, not just by you trying to read things about the divine, or looking in things, or trying to get more knowledge. That's the right word. It is not about getting more and more knowledge about what is going on during your life on earth. It's all about your own experience.
Mm.
So please remember that every time when you read something, every time when you listen to something, every time when you watch something, it's not about the knowledge you're achieving. Not achieving. It's not about the knowledge that you're
Accumulating.
right. It is all about the experience and what things do for you, with you, what it does inside for you. It's all about that. Oh, yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Well, thank you for being here, and for always being there. We last time we spoke about creating a new story together. Now we live in Holland, and it's the beginning of May, and in the beginning of May there's always a story about war, pain, trauma, and eventually liberation. And as humanity, we seem to be in this loop where we're repeating the same trauma over and over again. And I realize that every moment is new, and yet we seem to be a little stuck. So is there anything you could say about that, or that would help us get out of that rut and to create that new story?
Yeah. First, we really want to point out that although it feels like humanity is stuck, you're not stuck. And we also want to share with you, it's not a loop. It looks like a loop because it looks like on an earthly way, as you look at history, you have this expression, how history repeats itself.
Yeah.
Now, that is the loop you're looking at right now, right? Because after wars, after what in the Netherlands, what in Europe, what you're now, after World War II and the liberation on May 5th, the celebration, and now where you are right now, it looks like there is war again. So it's that loop. It's the repeating of history. But that is when you look at it time-wise, on a more earthly reality based looking at life. Again, it is not a loop. And again, the human beings, you are not stuck. So many things are happening right now on a more energetic level, on different frequencies. But those are things that, even though you as human being are trying to explain it, it's something you cannot explain because it goes beyond what you can
fathom.
Sorry?
Yeah, fathom or understand with our human brain part.
Right. So it is not a prediction of where humankind and where Mother Earth will be in about 50 or 100 years. Because things are changing without the human ratio, without the human logica is even realizing that, or is even able to control that. Now, and here is this is the thing. So the human beings think that they can control life.
Right.
Now, in a certain way, there are a lot of things that human beings are able to control. But if you look on the bigger picture, it is so little what you as human beings can control and or are able to control. So it's like it's like you're because you're in this aquarium, and inside this aquarium you're able to control things, and you look outside, but because it's from glass you see all around you, but you don't notice the glass. So you have this feeling that everything that you see, you're able to control that. But you're inside the glass. So there's just this little part that you can control, and everything outside of the glass, there's no way you can control that.
And
but
even
you
there,
trick yourself. You trick yourself thinking that this ocean, you're controlling the whole ocean. You're controlling everything you see, but you're not seeing the glass that is the box that is holding you small. So now inside that box, inside that aquarium, inside that glass, you have all these belief systems about how you look at life and how you can control things and how you are able to change the future, how you're able to change things. But you're not influencing everything outside of that glass, right? Because that is a whole basically the whole universe, the whole ocean, right? So, but that is influencing what is inside.
right, because we
that.
can't see.
Right.
But we can only see with our eyes. So again, the perception is limited. Now,
and that's the point where we're going at. That is the thing. So the humankind, because of this, well, you're already talking about this shift that's going on, and this shift is taking in the human timeline. It's taking for 4 years. So it's it's not something you with beginning, a middle, and an end that you in one lifetime will see the whole story, right? So you only see a part of this story.
Yeah.
So, but things are energetically changing. So the human body, the physical body, is, whether you like it or not, whether you want it or not, consciously and unconsciously, most of the part unconsciously, changing as well. Which means that the human beings will be able again, because it has been like that before, will be able again to start experiencing life and life forms and different kind of energies on ways that you were able to do once, and now you are reconnecting with that again.
Right. The part you forgot.
And within this remembering again and reconnecting again, you also remember again that you are able to make different choices.
Can I ask something? Because I think that might confuse people. With remembering, you don't mean remember with the brain. You mean physically, right? As in on a molecular level, rather than.
Thank you for pointing that out. Thank you for pointing that out.
Well, that's only because it threw me off for ages until I finally got that part. So
it is exactly like you said, Chantal. It is not remembering with the brain. Here we go. When we just started out, it's not remembering by getting more and more knowledge. Basically, getting more and more knowledge about things can hold you back a little bit, because you keep your focus on the brain part. You keep your focus on things that must be logical for you. So you keep your focus, your attention on a certain part of the brain, where for actually remembering things and for learning again and reconnecting again with parts in your body that will help you and that will show you that you are able to experience life, communicate with life forms in different ways, is a way of experiencing life with other parts of the brain.
Is that why a lot of people, is that why a lot of people at the moment seem to be complaining about memory loss?
Oh, yeah. Yes. So if you're always used to use your brain in a certain way, then you don't know how to use the other part in the brain. Now, if this part of the brain isn't functioning like it should be, you get confused because you want this to function, okay? But things are well, for now, we're just gonna use the word changing inside of you, and there are different parts of the brain that are getting more and more activated because of the changes on the in the I'm sorry for all the confusion here.
No, it's okay. That's part of the changing of the body. The brain is a part of that. So it's evolution in a way.
It's evolution, right?
Right.
Yeah. But the thing is that as a human being, you're always very curious and you want to know yesterday what you're going to learn tomorrow, right? So you want answers. The human beings, they want answers. They want fulfillment.
Right.
You're in a time where it's all about just experience and trust and letting go and change your awareness more on things that you're experiencing instead of having your attention on want to learn things and understand things.
So it could be more about, hey, what am I feeling, rather than what does it mean that I'm feeling? It doesn't really matter what it means just yet, as long as we become more aware of, hey, something just changed for me, or something is I don't know, the memory loss, for example. Rather than getting really worried about it, it's like, okay, it's a sign of the time. We can just flow with it.
And it's not that easy. We understand it's not that easy because in the society which you created, it's all about the mind, and it's all about getting more and more knowledge, and it's all about being successful and succeed, getting a better life tomorrow than you're having today. So it is this
well, yeah,
inside of the human being actually as well. So be gentle, be gentle, be gentle, be gentle with yourself. Be gentle with yourself, and be gentle when you look to the reality that's going on Earth right now. Be gentle with that. And to come back to the first question, Chantal, when you ask, it's like we're in a loop, and it's like you're doing all the things you've done before, and you can't get out of it. This is it's asking a lot of the individual.
As in trust.
Yeah. It's asking a lot. We know that, and we see a lot of people suffer with that, and asking themselves, how can we trust if when I look outside, it's nothing to do with trust anymore? And
well, especially because so many, sorry to interrupt, but there's so many governments all over the world seem to be on the verge of making decisions that bring us back. So there's now they want to in America, they want to change the abortion laws, and so there's less freedom. In Amsterdam, they want to close coffee shops for tourists because it's too much. I mean, they're completely different things, but it doesn't help the woke movement. Of course, it's not about no judgment here. I get why it's there. It's just it can create even more confusion because, again, language gets in the way. It can be understood by one person and misunderstood by somebody else because they're not really English, or so it just sometimes it seems a little
overwhelmed,
hopeless.
Yeah, and it is a lot. And for the part of the human brain that wants to understand things, that wants to control things, that wants to have security, that wants to know what the outcome will be. It is so difficult. It is so difficult to look at what's going on in the world right now. And there have always been times on Earth where it was very, very difficult to live a life as a human being.
Far more difficult, I should think,
So,
which is hard to believe, but it really was.
But sometimes people might forget. People think you just
the Middle Ages were a lot worse.
From paradise. It wasn't paradise on Earth. And oh my gosh, what's happening right now?
Yeah.
Right? So, and for a lot of people, there was suffering always.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
if we look at that sort of timeline, then there is progression, and yes,
there is a lot of progression. And if you zoom out and if you realize again that it's not looking at life and experiencing life only with this part of the brain, but the human beings are evolving. Well, now, and this is difficult to understand, and because you're not evolved yet, you're in the process of it, right? So you are having days where you're only experiencing life with the call it small brain part,
right?
And that gives frustration, that gives pain, suffering, that gives feelings of hopelessness, overwhelming. Be gentle with yourself.
Breathe.
Breathe. Yeah. Well, Chantal, Manon, you have all these exercises we've shared with you, and you know them yourself. Maybe it's a good time to give an exercise of that as well on this channel. So basically, it's help yourself by being gentle, by being soft, by love yourself, but also to the surroundings, to the ones you love, to the ones you don't love, to the rest of life and all life on Earth. And we're sorry, Chantal, we wanna add something to that.
No sorries, please.
Okay, so having that said, it doesn't mean that you're not allowed to set boundaries.
Right.
Set boundaries. Love yourself, love the person around you, be soft to the person around you. Does not mean you cannot say no.
Right, right.
Stop.
And I think especially in this time, it might be really good to realize which people provide you with oxygen or which people fan your flames. Because if they don't, then maybe you should protect yourself, not by being nasty or whatever, but by taking some distance. And that might be for a month, it might be for a week, it might be for 6 years, who knows? But
for the rest of your life.
Yes.
It is this, because this is also part of the human experience. Yeah. It's part of the human experience.
So if I come across someone who who's experiencing the loop and who's saying, okay, I got to that trauma part again, and I'm just going to dive into it because I want to be done with it. It would probably be a good advice to say, look, you've done the work. There is no more work.
You're never done. You've done the work.
And you're never done. Yes, exactly. So just breathe and give yourself a break.
It's not about being done with the work. It comes and it goes, and you will realize that it will, the period of times that you're in it will become shorter.
Yeah, and the work doesn't necessarily mean you have to get into the trenches. It's more about it comes up, so it wants some love and attention, and just sit with it, breathe with it, acknowledge it, and then it can move along when it needs to move along. But I think the more work you put into it, you hold on to it.
Love yourself. Be gentle with yourself. And don't see it as a loop. Because a loop suggests that you're still at the same spot. You're not.
Which is what keeps that belief system going, right? So we're creating a loop. by
Right.
right.
Wait,
Sneaky.
okay, so we want Chantal and Manon, we ask your permission to share a little bit about your story. Is that
Okay.
okay? We got permission from Manon, Chantal, we got
Yeah.
Look at how you two do your things. Compare yourself with where you were 10 years ago, 5 years ago, 1 year ago, 1 month ago, just a weekend ago.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not look, you might be having same emotions or the same feelings you've had over and over and over again in your life about feeling depressed or feeling lonely or all those kinds of feelings.
Actually, they're similar. They're not the same.
Right, they're similar. They are
Yeah.
not the same, they are similar. And you are experiencing at the same time feelings of trust. Look at the relationship you guys are having. Trust, the love, I got your back, kind of thing. So it is evolving, and that is an example of where all of human life is going through. And it's all about, as an individual, to trust even deeper in yourself and to trust the fact that, reach out, share. We cannot say this often enough, but you are, it will become easier and easier to share with each other things without even using words anymore.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that moment, even though I love talking, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Share things without even talking anymore, and you will feel the connection.
And when we do talk,
even though it doesn't look like on the outside.
yeah. No, and when we do talk, listen to the tone rather than the words, because words have such a different meaning to all of us. And I since you're sharing about me and Manon, I think we need to add something to that, just so that people understand where we are coming from on this particular journey. And that is, we're both from a background where you could say we were programmed not to trust in humanity.
Like many, 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 many.
Yes. But for others, just so they know that. And we have, I think, for both of us, the trust in that part of source that is bigger than us is now, we can't get around that. We don't even have to try. That part is there. It's the humanity part that we're working on, which is actually our adventure, because I do see it as an adventure most of the time. I see it as work when I feel, which humans do occasionally. So yeah, I just wanted to share that, so it makes it more understandable for people who are listening to us.
And this is, thank you, Chantal. This is a very good of expressing. And also, we're not going to go into it right now, but for another time, it's maybe an option to talk about how it's not about how to become more divine or having a divinity flowing through you. It's already there.
Yeah.
It's all about how to use that and how to see that as a tool in being a human on Earth.
Yeah, you could say it expands the human experience if we can trust that that is a part of us, and again, how we have therefore a safe base.
So thank you for being here with us. Thank you that we were able to be here with you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you for all the support and for this journey. Thank you.
And one last thing is that know that wherever you are, in whatever now moment you are, and how messed up life can be right now in your life, you will get through this. You will. Trust yourself and open up. Reach out.
Yeah.
Reach out for help. Reach out for help. You will get through this.
And try not to have an expectation on what that help looks like, because it's probably completely different from what you might think.
Hey, girl.
Hey there. Well, that was yeah, another revelation, I guess.
Yeah.
And not, I'm sure a lot of it is not new to a lot of people, like it isn't necessarily for us. But again, it's all about frequency, and you can yeah, I think I noticed that once. It's a good example. There's a Dutch writer. I'm not gonna mention his name, but I really can't read his books because the arrogance that comes out of it just really I find it really obnoxious. And then I read one of his books that was translated by somebody else into English, and I had no problem reading it. In fact, I loved it. Different frequency, I think.
Wow.
So even though a lot of things that are said that you might have heard before,
Right.
it's all about the frequency and the resonance. So whatever works for you, fantastic. We hope it helped. If there's parts that don't, just let them go. Yeah. It's not important. That's it.
Thank you. Thank you guys for being here with us on this journey.
Please like us if you do.
Give us a thumbs up.
Yeah, we like thumbs up.
Thank you. See you next time.
All right, definitely.
Okay.
Have a great Liberation Day.